بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Inshallah, our lecture today is going to be about very deep subject. Mainly it is about Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh. The ghaiba of Imam Mahdi always concerned us. We always wanted to know why Allah Azza wa Jal He made such a destiny. It is very complicated for many people to understand why Imam Mahdi salamullah alayh is in ghaiba now. And some of them, to be honest, they lost hope. In a few lectures before, I spoke about every prophet. I spoke about Moses, I spoke about Abraham, I spoke about Isa alayhi salam, Jesus, and each one what exactly he did teach us about Imam Mahdi salamullah alayhi. Because I showed you before, all the Anbiya are a picture of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Since we have 124,000 dimension in science, and we have Allah Azza wa Jalla, He sent 124,000 prophets. So every one of these prophets are related to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, so we can understand him more. Why Allah Azza wa Jalla He made such thing? Many people they ask why we don't keep it the same way that Allah Azza wa Jal sent us. Why you always focus? I'm asking myself. Some people they ask me why you always focus about Al-Anbiya are just a picture of Rasulullah Muhammad. Why? If you start studying the religion itself, what is the definition of religion? I'm repeating few steps I added before, just for the new people, so they can understand how we build the subject here. What is religion exactly? A very simple way to define religion. Religion is the constitution that Allah Azza wa Jal He wants you to deal with. What do I mean by constitution? Is, for example, you live in United States or you live in Europe. He wanted you to understand the laws. For example, you drive fast, you take a ticket. For example, you have to pay your taxes. Why? Because the government is built on your money. This is how they give you services. That's why we have something called khumus. For example, we have something called salat. Salat is the amud ad-din. The amud ad-din is where you build all your religion upon. If you don't have a salat, your salat is not good. Allah Azza wa Jalla will not accept anything from you. Salat is the major thing ever, because it has very deep meaning. Allah Azza wa Jalla He wanted to understand. But let me tell you, if you have a good citizen, for example in United States or in Europe, he never speed up. He always pay his taxes. He always do his right. He do his voting. Everything the Constitution is allowing you to do. Then you are in the eye of the Constitution as a good citizen. And we have, alhamdulillah, many good citizens. But I want to ask you something. A good citizen can make you a good patriotic for the country? Patriotic, someone who really ready to sacrifice for the country. For example, if you pay your bills, you always do your best to be a good citizen, will make you go sacrifice for example, United States or Europe or whatever place you're sitting in. No, it doesn't make you a good citizen. It does make you a good citizen, but it doesn't make you a patriotic person who ready to sacrifice his life for this country, because it's a systematic thing. It's a system. So religion in general, if you take it just a religion, if you study just aqa'id, it is like that. It is how do you deal with Allah Azza wa Jal. Aqa'id does not teach you how to love Allah. Love is a language that you can understand by practicing. For example, if you bring a kid now, 15, 16 years old, you tell him, start praying. He's like, praying, hard. 5 rak'ah, 4 rak'ahs a day. And how much will take him? 2 minutes. Really, sometimes they bring people here that we have to convince them to go 2 minutes. We spend like 2 hours. We spend 2 hours to convince them how to go pray. Why you want to go pray, and how to perform the best prayers. And it's only taking from you only 2 minutes. So love does not come from just knowing how to pray. You see, this is what I'm looking to target. Love comes from you when you pray very good. You will start love this act. For example, you've been in, let's say, in this country or in any other country. Let's say you live in Lebanon, and you've been there all your life. You have all your family there. You have all your ancestors. You love the country so much that anything will hit us, will hit this country. You're ready to go sacrifice. This is what you call a patriotic person, or a person who is ready to sacrifice. The sacrification, Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned in the Quran always by the meaning of jihad. Jihad is when you jahad your nafs, you struggle with inside yourself to always perform the best. Always, you want to do the best for your religion. For example, when the prayers come, some people you can divide them onto three things. First, people who are, prayers come like half hour, 1 hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and then the parents will say, "Oh, please go pray. It's time to pray." And then they're very hard to go push them to pray. This is the first type. The second type are the people who are ready to. They keep looking at the watch now. It's gonna be praying time, and then when the praying time comes, they go immediately do wudu, and then they start immediately praying. This is the second type of. The third type of people, I'll show you what are those people. We're gonna target those people. Are the people who are not just waiting the prayers to come. No, they already did the wudu, and they're already sitting under saliyah, like sitting. They're gonna start praying, like preparing to pray. Not just that, they did pray, let's say 2 rak'ah before, just thanking Allah Azza wa Jal for the ni'mah they live in. Before the prayer of the morning, let's say. Or for example, before the morning comes, you see him praying 11 rak'ah as Salatul Layl. This is what we call it nawafil. Nawafil is what make you best to Allah Azza wa Jal, and this is what we call mustahab. Mustahab is something that Allah Azza wa Jal did not make you to go do it, but He said, if you love me, you go do it. You see, this is what we call over here the spirituality. This is the main subject that we're gonna talk deeply about, the spirituality of ghaiba. Ghaibat Imam Mahdi salamullah alayhi. Why? Because the spirituality is not consistent from the tashri', alam al-tashri'. Tashri' mean making laws, like the religion. When I spoke about the anbiya, I spoke about laws, I spoke about secrets inside those laws, how they manipulated them into the way of Allah Azza wa Jal. Today, something very deep that we're going to talk about, the spiritual ghaiba of Imam Mahdi salam alayhi. What is affecting, how it is affecting us, with what is the performance that we need to do, how to understand what is going on inside the Quran al-Kareem. In Albaqara, in Surah Al-Baqarah, it is a very important surah for our life. Allah Azza wa Jal, He named the cow Al-Baqarah for 2 reasons. The first reason, for 2 reasons, I'll always bring a hadith just for you to take it. Like if you hear it from outside, you won't say Muhammad said so. You say, okay, I heard about this, and then you can take it this way, because Ahl al-Bayt salamullah alayhim said, the Quran, Imam Hussein said, you can translate the Quran into 4 dimensions, like something in the inside, something in the outside, something for the awliya, something for the anbiya. Every ayah has a different meaning. And one of the imams said, every ayah has 4 outside meaning. Like for example, someone will tell you this ayah means so and so, and someone will say, no, this ayah means this too. Both are right. It can mean 4 things at the same time outside, and 7 in the inside. One of the Imam Sadiq's narrations. And let me tell you something, I did not hear it from any imam or something, but based on this combination, studying what Imam Hussein said at that time, and later Imam Sadiq or Imam al-Baqir, if Imam Mahdi comes now, this is just a public, my own opinion, he will tell you that the outside Quran mean 100 meaning, it has 100 meaning, and the inside has 200 meaning. Why? Because the more we are advancing in science, the more the Quran showing us something very great that is connecting with all the universe. 600 pages inside the Quran al-Kareem, and it's talking about everything in the universe, including us, including our life, including what's going to happen to us. And this is what we call ilm al-jafr. This is like something dimensional from the Quran, but where you use all the numbers and letters, and then it will take you to somewhere else. So all this, Allah Azza wa Jal, He made it in the Quran. That's why He said, He said to the human being and to the jinn, to all the spirits, if you are able to bring 1 ayah from this Quran, bring it. I will challenge you to do it. And no one till this moment was able to bring only 1 ayah. Why? Because some people, they will make you feel that they bring ayat, but if you break it down as letter and numbers, immediately it will fail. It's not a Quran at all. So at the very beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah, which is represent our life, which is represent the constitution that Allah Azza wa Jal, all the Surah Al-Baqarah is talking about the constitution, by the way. If you open Surah Al-Baqarah, everything in it is in the constitution. And the first constitution is when Allah Azza wa Jal said, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, the people who believe in ghaib, the unseen, the word of unseen. I spoke many times about this ayah specifically, but I'll speak very fast the meaning so we can talk about deeper issues. When he said about the ghaib, people think it's the unseen. Yeah? For example, tomorrow is ghaib. So Allah Azza wa Jal is telling you in Surah Al-Baqarah that you have to believe in tomorrow. This is what he mean of the word of the unseen. No, it's not that. When he tell you, الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, the people who believe in the word of unseen, he doesn't mean the tomorrow. It doesn't mean next year or the 20 years later. What if tomorrow you will see the Iblis and he become your friend, God forbid. So you have to believe in that because you didn't know it before. Do you understand this thing? So what Allah Azza wa Jal meant here when he said الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ, the word of unseen, he is talking about himself only. Allah Azza wa Jal, he is the only ghaib that nobody will ever know what is it exactly. He defined himself by his names. You know, he has 99 names. He defined himself with those names, and those names are creations too. Are creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. Even some ulama said, you know, Al-Basit, Al-Khaliq, those ones, they cannot be a creation for him because he's speaking about himself. Even those ones, I can prove to you that those ones are creations for him. Nobody will exactly understand what he exactly. Allah Azza wa Jal, nobody can understand what this God, nobody can comprehend what he exactly. That's why he created Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Yani, for example, when I said one time before, the road to Allah Azza wa Jal is counted by the people by the breath. You know how many one? For example, we have 8 billion people around the universe now, around this earth. The road to Allah Azza wa Jal is equal to 8 million ways. You can go toward Allah Azza wa Jal by 8. No one can define what exactly you do with Allah. For example, one of the people, he was in Egypt, and this guy he always used to say one of the Asma Allah al-Husna. And let's say one of the Asma, he said Al-Basit. You know, he always said Al-Basit, 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 you know. And one of the teachers one time he said, he was very spiritual. He was able to do many karamat, many things. Allah, many people when they see him, they come to him saying, please pray for me. And when he pray for that, immediately Allah Azza wa Jal will do yastajib ad-du'a. Immediately he will grant the wishes. So many people were fascinated. Why this person is very poor? He always walk by the street, you know, cleaning the street. This is his job, but always he's doing zikr, tasbih, zikr. One of the teachers, he came into him. He said, what is this dhikr that make you so close to Allah? He said, what this dhikr is Al-Bazid. Al-Bazid. There's no dhikr in Asma Allah al-Husna, Asma Allah al-Husna that said Al-Bazid. There is no word. But what he meant is Al-Basit. So Allah Azza wa Jal, he took his niyyah. His niyyah was clean. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal, he brought him closer. So when I define to you that what is the definition of closeness to Allah, nobody will able to tell you. It is the niyyah. It is how much you love Allah Azza wa Jal. It's not about how much you do supplication. You see many people, mashallah, they do many supplication, but they do it just for the sake of I'm doing now 100 rak'ah. You know, today is Laylatul Qadr. We're going to the masjid and we're doing 100 rak'ah, and we like 7 people, they sit next to each other and they start praying, saying who will finish first, right? We do that. We see it, right? We see, for example, we start, you know, the second day, Laylatul Qadr, let's say what it was yesterday, I prayed 200 rak'ah. I did Dua al-Jawshan 3 times. I was able to read 7 verses of the Quran. MashaAllah, that's too much. MashaAllah. And the people, shabab will start competing with each other. And in reality, Allah Azza wa Jal, if you look at what exactly they did, nothing. Because they were competing with each other. They were worshipping each other. They were not worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal. So the relation with Allah Azza wa Jal, take this clean heart. You need to clean your heart first. And first you clean your heart by doing istighfar. Always you do astaghfirullah wa atubu ilallah. Astaghfirullah wa atubu. This is Allah Azza wa Jal. If you see you serious, He will take your heart and He will start making a lot of tests into it just for you to go toward this way. So we go back to the main subject. So al-ghaib over here is Allah Azza wa Jal, only Allah. طيب. If people from the Ahlullah Azza wa Jal, this is mean Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Imam Ali. Those one are from the Ahlullah. What do I mean by Ahlullah? Allah Azza wa Jal can be known by them. Yani for example, those 108 billion roads, we have 8 billion roads to Allah Azza wa Jal. When they start searching for Allah, they will reach Him. They will say, okay, there's a God, this is the religion, this is the prayers, this is Psalm, Salat. Because how we can get closer to Allah? The only way to get closer to Allah is getting closer to Ahlul Bayt Salamu alayhi. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli Muhammad wa ala. So when I say sometime before, I said it many times, hey, we have 8 billion ways to go toward Allah. Many people said, no, we have only one way, is Ahlul Bayt. That how those 8 billion people, how they gonna know Ahlul Bayt if they don't know who is their God yet? They have to know who is their God, and then from their God they know Ahlul Bayt. Then at this point, they know Ahlul Bayt to know Allah Azza wa Jalla. You see how this is connected together? You see, you have to have a first road hosting, and then when you go inside the house, you start knowing the people of the house for you to know the Lord of the house. You see, this is how it works. So when you say الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ is Allah Azza wa Jalla and Muhammad and Ali. And this is something very, it will bring hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and it's a very important hadith if you reflect upon it. We say, أنا وعلي, only me and you, and me and you, Ali, we know Allah. Only us. Yani we are the best people to know Allah. And Ali and Allah, they are the only people who know exactly who is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then Muhammad wa Allah Azza wa Jal, they know Imam Ali sallallahu alayhi. So this combination is why, because those two people will bring you the closest to Allah, and for sure the Ahlul Bayt sallallahu alayhi, because they take all their knowledge from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So all those things related to Alam al-Ghaib. And this is, look how it is important. This is only first verse from the Surah Al-Baqarah. Every verse, first page, second page is like that. You can define it and you can have a lot of science into it. But the most specific Allah Azza wa Jal spoke and in this surah and in this ayah at the very beginning is about the mosquito. And when one time before I made Allah Azza wa Jal, He said, "Inna Allah la yastahi." Allah Azza wa Jal, He's not shy to give you an example, a mosquito and what's above it, and then He continue about this mosquito, that saying that this Allah Azza wa Jal, He's not shy to give you this example. And the only way that people now, if you go to any alim now, you tell them Allah Azza wa Jal spoke about the mosquito exactly after al-ghaib. And He spoke about Himself, He spoke about Muhammad wa Ali in this big definition I gave you now. It's very short, but it's big definition. And after that, immediately He spoke about the mosquito. Why? Why is it contradiction? He's trying to fascinate you. He's saying, oh, mosquitoes and so on. No. When Allah Azza wa Jal, He spoke about something inside the Quran, He's speaking about a symbol that represents a system. And that's very important. When you read the Quran, He's speaking about something. He doesn't give it a name. He's giving you a big system. What do I can define that? For example, when He spoke about in Surah Al-Kahf, when He spoke about Al-Khidr alayhi salam, we said his name Al-Khidr, but Allah Azza wa Jal, He didn't mention Al-Khidr. He said Al-Abdul Salih. So when He spoke about Al-Abdul Salih, then He's speaking about a system. Inshallah later we can reflect more deeper. When He spoke about Zul Qarnayn, He's not speaking about Alexander the Great. If He wanted to speak about Alexander the Great, He will tell you Alexander the Great, because He mentioned one of the names inside the Quran. So He's speaking about a system. When He's speaking about Abu Lahab in the Quran, was said Tabbat yada Abi Lahabin wa tab, He's not speaking about the uncle of the Prophet, not just that. He's speaking about a system. What do I mean by that? Being Allah Azza wa Jal, if He speak about a person like Zul Qarnayn or Al-Khidr alayhi salam, and they die or they don't exist anymore, so the Quran is expiring, and then immediately you can tell me Quran is expired. So why you're saying the 600 pages is talking about the universe while one of the surahs are expiring? And this is contradicting the religion itself. So when Allah Azza wa Jal spoke about the mosquito, He's spoken about something very deep, something very very systematic inside our life. And then I'll reflect a little bit about what is exactly the life of this mosquito, and why Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned the mosquito in this page, and then at the very end He is mentioning the Alfeel. What is Alfeel? Is the elephant. One of the narration combining mosquito and Alfeel, I made a big lecture about that. I recommend you to read it, to listen to it, because I speak about this system. What is it? What does it represent exactly? Because I'm gonna speak about different system, but I'm gonna define it a little bit just for the new people. The mosquito over here is something very big, and when, for example, Imam Sadiq, one of the people, they come to Imam Sadiq, they tell him, what is this mosquito? Why Allah Azza wa Jal speaking about the mosquito over here? He immediately, Imam Sadiq, he said, the creation of the mosquito is like the creation of the elephant. Look, I mean, why? They asked him, why? What do you mean by that? He said, look, whatever the mosquito have, the elephant has, but the only difference is the mosquito can fly. And you look like, why? What does exactly he mean? Why he's bringing those two big, different things that nobody can think about together in one hadith? Why? Because he wants to tell us something very big. Because at that time no one was able, maybe some people were able to define the Quran as a big system, symbolizing the human being, symbolizing the laws of the human being, but nobody was understanding what exactly Imam said. That's why this hadith came into this, alhamdulillah, this time. And then at this time, because we have many sciences together, we're trying to we're trying to give the Quran different meaning, not just different meaning, a newer meaning, because all the other meaning are right, I told you, they're not wrong, but we're trying to make it deeper, because this is how the only way we can defeat the devil. Devil is very advanced, he's not stupid. When we fight the devil, we're fighting a system, we're fighting, I told you before, he has like a big university, he has many followers under him, he is following what exactly we do, and he is trying to make us fail. And he's trying to make us fail by science, not by whispering all day long. No, he make us fail by science. He see when we are depressed, and all the bala comes when we're depressed. He see us when we're happy, so he make us depressed. That's why, for example, when you're happy one time, people will start calling you with bad news. Why? You say, oh, this is karma. No, nothing there called karma in this meaning. What's there? There's a devil. He wanna try to take you away from religion. So the system of the mosquito is related to this, and the system of the elephant is related to that too. And I want you to listen to the elephant. Why? Because the elephant presents something that was going to destroy Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was going to destroy it, and he built a different Kaaba, a round Kaaba, and it still exists till this moment in Yemen. You have to study why Allah Azza wa Jal, He spoke about the elephant, not to impress you, للأسف till this moment some people, when they say طير أبابيل, when you speak about طير أبابيل, after the elephant died, they died by those طير أبابيل. So what is they said that the meaning of طير أبابيل, they said the phoenix birds, they were very big birds, they took like heated rock and they start throwing them on those people. It doesn't make any sense. There was no phoenix birds. They never existed before. Maybe they existed 6,000, 7,000 years ago by few myths. Nobody know exactly where they are or where they are. But what Allah Azza wa Jal, His meaning by Tara Ababil is something exists in the system of earth. If you see around earth, you have many floaters. Those floaters, that the small stones, they float around earth. And then when Allah Azza wa Jal, He wanna send the azab, He will make them go inside earth by the gravity. They hit the stratosphere from outside, they become very heated, and then they hit you see, it's very simple. If you see all the picture, if you draw the picture on a board and you look from outside, you will see it. You'll see what exactly Tayr Ababil mean. And they still exist till this moment. We have many rocks surrounding earth now. If Allah Azza wa Jal, He want to hit something, He will hit it, right? He doesn't need phoenix bird and rock from the volcanoes. That there's no volcano in the Arabian Peninsula. I don't know from where they got them. You see, that doesn't make any sense. So this system is Mosquito is a big system. That's why Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned it at the very beginning. This system present the evil system and present the goodness system too, by the way. Not just the evil system, it's the goodness system too. When I spoke last time about the mosquito, I said, look how the mosquito live. Mosquito live in weird way. One of the highest rate of death of human being is done by the mosquito, by the way. It done damage. It killed more human than AIDS, than cancer, than whatever you can imagine, because those ones are very small. They carry viruses and then they go around human beings. Why? Because if our energy, for example, we always listen to songs. We don't pray. There's many bad relationship between people. They don't visit each other. They left prayers. They do ghiba all the time. Allah Azza wa Jal will start sending those creatures to start. Why? Because this is spreading of the evil, the bad energy. So He can wake you up. Wake up. You see, look at us. If you say why Allah Azza wa Jal is unjust, if let's say now someone he doesn't care about Allah Azza wa Jal, he play all his he doesn't care, he doesn't want to pray, he hate Allah, he hate all those things, and then suddenly someone from his family died. What do you want to see him as a sheikh the second day, right? You see him, you say, how you feeling? Alhamdulillah, good brother. What do you do now? I'm going to prayers. Why? Because maybe death will come to me too. So you see him first 2-3 weeks like he becoming very religious, and then after that he will forget everything. Why? Because it's not built inside himself. So the fear sometimes will bring you to Allah, but you always need to keep it inside you till it become rida, content with Allah, not fearing from Allah, content, because you know He is just. He's not gonna hurt you. He's not hurting you. Death is not hurting. Death is reborn to a different life. It's a reborn. It's a stage. We're going from this life to life. So in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal, it's not something bad. It's something good. You see, when we have an earthquake, people say, why Allah Azza wa Jal sending us earthquake? Actually, earthquakes are good for earth. When they shake, there's more continent will come up. There's more water will be different areas. Earth will be evolving. It's something beautiful to have earthquakes. But we built our buildings in a bad way that we didn't think about earthquake when we were building them. That's how religion is built. When you build your life, when you build your religion, when you start building yourself, build it and this philosophy that you are building something, an earthquake is gonna come up. So when earth shake under you, you don't say Allah Azza wa Jal is bad, He's sending earthquake. No, actually earthquake will make your if your house is built for that, it will make it harder. Right now, you go to Japan, because they learn. Those people are learning. You go to there. If there's an earthquake 8.9, for 6 seconds, after maybe when you listen to the news, they will say only 6 people died in all Japan. Why? Because they are ready for it. If you go, let's say, to Lebanon, you say we have earthquake 2.1, and then after 2-3 hours you will hear like 300 people died. It's only 2.1. Why? Because people are not ready for it. When they build their building, they don't consider that the earthquake gonna come later. You see, this is the only difference between someone conscious and someone not conscious. In religion, we need to be conscious. You need to build upon a store that is gonna be shaky all the time. If you wanna be a mu'min, prepare for shaking. You see. So the al-ghaib is from this perspective, and the mosquitoes are this system. So the system of mosquitoes, I'm gonna speak a little bit about it. It has a life cycle. It has a life cycle. What kind of life cycle has? Look how delicate this creature is. We always hate these mosquitoes. We buy the best equipment to always kill it. We do the best to not hear anything about it. If now I'll bring a picture for the mosquito, how it look like, many people will say, no, this is disgusting, take it out, right? It's very disgusting. But look how delicate Allah Azza wa Jal, He created the mosquito. For example, the life cycle begin with the blood, our blood. And by the way, the male does not eat the blood. Always the female that come, and then it will take the blood from us. The male always live on the water. He never approach you. Sometimes he approach you, but he will never bite you. The only one will bite you is the female. Why? Because it is the only way she can bring her kids in life. She need that blood that inside you. So she will come to you and then she will bite you. I will explain the biting because it is systematic. I told you, we need to see it in life. Where does this representing, when Allah Azza wa Jal mentioning the mosquito, He's mentioning something big. He's not mentioning, because it's at the very beginning of Surah Al-Baqarah. So when we see it she will bite you, she will take from your blood, and then she will go to the closest river, she will sit on that river, and then she will start giving the eggs, one after one. Who can guess how many eggs she can give one time? Who can guess? Who can make a guess?
600.
Almost 200. Yes, 200 egg at one time only, from one bite. Imagine if when you give her one bite, she will go and then will give 200 kids. and then when she flew there, this cycle will start. She make the eggs, 200 eggs, and then those eggs need water. If there's no water, they will stay till water comes later. You see? Yeah, let's say she made those eggs and suddenly she didn't make them in a river, she made them in a small jar, because you put it outside with some water, you forget it outside at night, and then in the morning you came, you say, oh, though this water is it doesn't look clean, you throw it out, and then you go inside. Those eggs, they need water to start to start producing. So the first one will go to something called larva. Larva is becoming from the outside water, from the top, and they will start swimming inside. Now we need to remember this process, because this process represents something systematic, I told you, very big. And then after that, something will call pupa or something. The name is little weird. So pupa is swimming inside the water. They swim inside the water, and if you look at their picture, they're very beautiful. Actually, they're very unique. Yani the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal is very beautiful. And then after that, they will start adult emerging in water. Yani they start trying to reach the top of the water. They'll stay a little bit there, and then there will be like a small hive will open, and then she will become a butterfly. I mean, she will become a mosquito. Yani it is close to the butterfly, but butterfly she live outside water. The cycle of the mosquito, all of it inside water. And then she will begin her life cycle exactly like her mother. Same thing, she will search to bite someone, and so on. Look how this system Allah Azza wa Jal is showing us. Look, same thing in now outside. All the companies now, all the people who care about materialistic world, they are like mosquitoes. I'm talking about the devilish way. They always want to catch someone to start sucking his blood, because by sucking your blood, they can make money and make power and so on. For example, I'll give you the best example. You open now the internet, you start searching for, let's say, Masons. Masons are, if you open the internet now, you see Masons are very powerful. MashaAllah, they control everything. They control the weather, they control the earthquakes, they control the water you drink, they control the Pepsi you bring it home to your kids, they control everything. You feel like those people are, astaghfirullah, they're like gods. In reality, if you really look closely, who are making those false news about them? Can someone come and control your life? Did someone tell you to always put the channel in a bad channels? Always? Did someone tell you to do that? Did someone tell you to go vote for this person? Did someone push you to do it? Did someone put the gun on your head, tell you have to drink Pepsi when you wake up in the morning? You did it yourself, right? So what I'm saying is, they gain power by whatever you spread rumors about them. Because why? Because they always want you to be scared. If you always hear about the devil, how big and strong he is against you, you need not to believe this news, because you are making him big. He come and whisper to you, but do you follow him or you follow yourself? You follow your instinct. You follow al-fitra for Allah Azza wa Jal. You see, those ones they are able to kill one person. They are able to kill two persons, but can they change the whole universe? No. They are like people. They have their own interest. They say we are, let's say, Masons. You see, they have money, power. I told you, they are able to kill one person, two person, just to spread the threat. But can they control the universe? No, they can't. If they can, they could take Lebanon outside. They could take Syria outside. They could take Iran outside. Why we're not able to take those big power, superpower are not able to those people? Why? Because they follow Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah Azza wa Jal will not let anybody hurt Islam from the inside. You see? So don't give the evil power too much things. Don't show that those people are powerful. They're not powerful. They're only powerful by you, whatever you say about them, by only rumors you spread about them. So the mosquitoes, same thing. They follow they follow the system of the mosquitoes. They study the human being, where exactly they need to target. For example, look how mosquito, she will go and bite you. She will go and she will watch, let's say 6-7 people. She will able to detect which blood they have. Why? By the smell of the pheromones. You know, our body produce a certain smell, and by this certain smell they're able to decide what is the best blood to target. And then they go to that blood, and then they're able to pick what is the best area inside the body, and then they're able to target that. They will put something called the probe. It has a big longer name, but I'll say the probe. They're probes. And by the way, their probes are consisted of 6 elements too. Look, when I'm talking about this systematic mosquito system, I'm speaking about a number 6 always. Number 6. If you didn't notice that, because I wanted to connect it to something else there. So their probes, when they start inserted inside you, they have 6. Their probe is divided by 6 too. They're not just one probe. You think it's one only, but the probe is just one. When they start inserting inside the skin, they have 2, like they look like the tooth. Small probes in a corner. They open the skin for that probe, and then when they open that, they immediately put certain chemical that you won't feel it. It will numb you. You see, it's like a big lab inside her mouth. Big lab. It will open. It's like it's doing surgery. Will open your skin. You insert the probe, and then it will start putting numbing chemicals. And then after that, there's 2 probes. Under that, it will make sure she is secure. Yani when she's searching for blood, she doesn't want anything to spill out, so she secure herself with your flesh. See, look how what kind of system is that? Yeah. And then the probe starts searching inside your blood, your vein, which is the best way, and then she will immediately start taking off your blood. Not just that, she will, the old blood, if she had old all whatever she drank before from someone else, she will put it back inside your system and she will leave. This is how she do it. So if you study exactly why she do that, you will start realizing in your life what exactly happening. Look how many people now he do the same thing to you. He will always numb you first. For example, if someone he want to convince you that this for example, taking drugs is good for you, they will numb you first. No one will come to you immediately will say drugs will make you kill your blood cells, your brain cells. Many studies now saying drugs will kill your brain cells. Did you ever see someone telling you, oh, please smoke, let's smoke weed because it will kill your blood cells? No. He will tell you smoke it because it will make you feel good. Smoking it will make you feel so good, so powerful. You'll forget about everything. When you listen to those songs will make you feel, you forget everything about your love, your money. Nothing in life is important. This is how they bring it to you. They will numb you first. We have numbing by words too. Someone will come to you, will say, this is the best for you, this is the best insurance to use it, and then when you do a small accident, you'll see all the bad stuff in it. They will tell you have to pay $2,000 deductible, you have to do so and so, you took few tickets before, we cannot give you that. You see, you will start seeing the reality. When you go to a bank, same thing. They will tell you, we'll give you the best services, we'll give you everything for free, but you have like 2 stars, and then you go under that page, you have like big article what those 2 stars means. This is how this mosquito works, the system of the mosquito. So this way is Allah Azza wa Jalla is speaking about this system, because human beings are like that. They're learning from these mosquitoes. They are like that. The only way they live is when there's water, there's money, there's power, and then they swim inside that, and then they become mosquito again. But something Allah Azza wa Jal, He created it to defeat this kind of system. Because Allah Azza wa Jal, He is the ultimate, the Rahman Rahim, right? He cares about the mu'min. He doesn't want you to always be under the system. This system exists, and Allah Azza wa Jal, He mentioned it many times inside a fruit, by the way. And it look close to, I'll show you what fruit is, pomegranate, the rumman. If you see what is exactly the rumman is, you see it consisted from 6. If you open the rumman in the right way, the only way you open it good, if you cut the head first, and then you will see it is divided by 6 division. You see it is connected to the mosquito word. That's why I keep saying the number 6. That's why rumman came up. But where is the best place to understand the rumman is? Ahl al-Bayt Salamullah alayhim, when they start teaching us the dua. So far, is it good? Do you have any questions? Do you have any concern? You didn't have any point that you didn't understand it? Everything's fine? Ya sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So the dua as-samat, one time I spoke about the rumman and dua as-samat and the pilgrimage. I'm not gonna keep saying pilgrimage because I prefer saying the rumman in Arabic language, but they mean the same thing. The rumman over here in dua as-samat, Allah, when imams, they're speaking inside dua as-samat about something called ar-rumman, or in different riwayah al-zaman, ar-rumman and al-zaman. I want you to always read dua as-samat the last hour in Nahar al-Jum'ah. What do I mean by the last hour? Before the dawn, before the Maghrib prayer, you read it. You read this dua, and it's very important dua. You can ask Allah Azza wa Jal anything and He will grant it for you. And it is, many people they try it. Dua as-samat is very important. It's speaking about the language of the universe. If you open dua as-samat, all the dua from the very beginning to the very end speaking about language that we never heard it before. Imams, they're giving us this dua so we can take the coding to uncode why exactly they're speaking about ar-rumman and or az-zaman, qubbat ar-rumman or qubbat az-zaman. Why? Because it's representing the universe itself. If we look at mosquitoes, they always search for blood, right? The rumman, look how is it Allah Azza wa Jalla, He created that. Inside every particle inside the rumman, what do we see? We see blood, like a blood. And inside that we see what? Bones. Did you ever look at the rumman? Did you see it before? I mean, when you open it before you eat it, did you look at that? Always Allah Azza wa Jal said, when he's speaking about ayat, when he's speaking about ulama, we're saying ayatin liqawmin yu'minun, liqawmin yaqilun, liqawmin yatafakkarun. People who, when you open, for example, anything around you, ask why Allah Azza wa Jal created this way. Why created مثلا the tufah this way, the apple. Why He created the apple this way? Why He created the thum this way, the garlic? Why He created it this way? Why He created all those things this way? Because each one of them, they have a meaning in the universe. It's a symbol for something. Why He created the animal this way? They're symbolizing something in the universe. Why He created us this way? Why He created the serpent this way? It doesn't have legs or hands. Or why? Because He is telling you about something important. So when we ask about the rumman inside dua as-samat, we see that Allah Azza wa Jal, He spoke about the rumman inside the Quran al-Karim too, and in very important pieces. The rumman, in all the wording, the letter, it representing a big system. What is the system of the rumman? Is the universe itself. Look at the universe now. Maybe 6 years ago, Hubble telescope, we have a Hubble telescope around Earth, was flying around Earth, and then for maybe 2 hours he was able to capture many galaxies next to each other, and this picture changed how physicists see the universe. They thought universe before like few galaxies, and then we have the Big Bang, and that's it. This is how is it. After this picture, they start imagining how the universe look like. Now, if you open the latest view, how the universe exactly look like, it is like all galaxies turning around something big in the middle, and exactly it looked like a pomegranate. This is exactly a look like her. And then from the top is where is the Big Bang happened. Look at the pomegranate. In top of it, what do you see? Like a crown. But this crown is like a woman crown, like a queen crown, right? You see, and we have a riwayah from Imam al-Hasan al-Askari. This riwayah is important. That Jibreel alayhi salam came into Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam bringing 3 fruits. One of them is rumman, one of them is pomegranate. And when Sayyidah Zahra saw this, she was very happy to see it. And we have many narrations said that Amir al-Mu'minin was traveling inside Mecca and Medina searching for rumman for Sayyidah Zahra salamullah. So there's always Ahl al-Bayt salamullah alayhim, they're trying to tie the rumman to Sayyidah Zahra. They're trying to tie this to Sayyidah Zahra. Why? Because al-rumman, it is representing Sayyidah Zahra. When we speak before, we said all the universe came in from Raham Sayyidah Zahra. Raham yani the womb of Sayyidah Zahra al-Malakutiyya, yani the goodness of Sayyidah Zahra. Not just, I'm not speaking about a person who came in here with Imam Ali. No, Allah Azza wa Jal, when He created Rasulullah, He didn't create him like us. He was a nur. He was like a nur yani light, like ray. He wasn't like us. When He sent him over here, He changed his name. He was the name Ahmad, and then He named him Muhammad. And then after Yawm al-Qiyamah, He's gonna name him Mahmud. So even the names, they represent something. You'll see how deep the religion is. It's not just praying, and because if you pray and do fasting, alhamdulillah, Allah will say, okay, great, Allah Azza wa Jal will put you to heaven. But heaven, inside heaven, it has a level. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمَ دَرَجَاتٍ. The people who believe in Allah Azza wa Jal and the people who study disbelief, Allah Azza wa Jal will take you in darajat because you study disbelief. So a rumman over here, a pilgrimage, is representing the universe itself. And inside that universe, inside every drop, you have the blood and you have the bones. You see, this is something against the science of the mosquito. The mosquito is always searching for the best bone and the best blood for her. But over here, it's covered, ar-rumman. And if you see the name ar-rumman, it is representing a Sayyidah Zahra in one way. Let me show you how. Even the name is showing you the Sayyidah Zahra. How? Let's break ar-rumman. The name in Arabic letter. We have Ra, Mim, Alif, Noon. In the Arabic, we have something called shaddi. You know what shaddi mean? You know, they put it on top of the letter. It is saying like we have 2 letters from the same thing. Let's say rumman. I spelled mim twice. Rum, right? And then man. You see, we have a shaddi over here. Shaddi representing 2 memes inside the rumman. So the meme, the first meme representing Musa alayhi salam, Nabi Musa alayhi salam, because we have in Khamse 5 the best prophets. There are Anbiya and Prophet and Rusul, and Allah Azza wa Jalla spoke about them many times. We call them Ulil Azm. Those 5 prophets are Ulil Azm, and Rumman continue all those prophets. The first one is Mim, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then after that Musa alayhi salam, and then Alif representing Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Noon representing Nuh alayhi salam, and then the Ra over here representing Isa alayhi salam. Why? Because Allah Azza wa Jal, He put him up. He put him, what does it mean? Rafa him. So He does not put his name, He put a Ra. And I will show you why He put a Ra. Because when He is talking about 2 person presenting Ali alayhi salam, He will put a Ra. I will show you where now. Let's see where is the woman there. Let's see where is the woman there. Because I'm referring to Sayyidah Zahra, right? I have to give you a proof. So let's say Nuh over here. Does he have a woman in his story? Nuh, he doesn't have a woman in his story, right? He doesn't have a mother or sister. Huh? No. I don't mean by that. I mean, like, let me give you an example for Isa, and then I'll go to Nuh. Isa alayhi salam, he has his mother. His mother was Sayyidat Nisa al-Alamin. Sayyidat Nisa Ahl Zaman, yes, the best woman at her time, right? With Isa alayhi salam. طيب. Musa alayhi salam, he had Asya, right? Asya, she was the wife of Pharaoh, the pharaohs, and then she was Sayyidat Nisa her time. Sayyidat Nisa يعني the best woman at her time. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he had Khadija alayhi salam, and Khadija, she was what? She was the best woman at her time before Sayyidah Zahra. And Ibrahim alayhi salam, he had who? Yeah, Hajar and Sarah, and they both they were the reason where Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came in. طيب Noah, what did he has?
His wife was bad.
Was bad, yeah. So over here he didn't have anyone. So why? Because Allah Azza wa Jal gave him something equal to Sayyidah Zahra. He gave him the ship. We remember when I told you the ship is in a sacred geometry. She is between Imam Ali and Rasulullah. If you see the Nur, the Anwar, the both Anwar together, when they combine together, there's something in the middle become like the eye shape. I want you to hear this. It's a big lecture, and I showed by what exactly sacred geometry said. So Noah alayhi salam, Nuh, he did not give him a woman because he gave him the ship. Why? Because it's representing Imam Hussein salamullah alayhi, right? The same thing like Imam Hussein. Because when he said Nuh, the name Nun wa Hussein, Nun Muhammad wa the water Hussein, even his name is representing Imam Hussein. And the ship is same thing like the whale, the same narration that Amir al-Mu'mineen spoke about. Remember when he spoke about the whale? If you are with Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim, and it happened that you didn't go with the ship of Imam Hussein, you will go inside water, right? Who will take you? If you happen to be with Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhim, and the Hut, the whale, same thing like with Yunus alayhi salam. The whale represents Imam al-Hasan salamullah alayhi. He is the hidden element that nobody speak about. Why? Because he is under Imam Hussein. He prepared the revolution of Imam Hussein. So anything miss Imam Hussein will go to Imam Hassan. He will save him. He will go back to the ship. So and they both, Imam Hassan and Hussein, they represent Sayyidah Zahra salamullah. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So over here we see all this connection with between Anbiya and Ahlul Bayt salamullah alayhi. And we see how the pilgrimage is representing the system of the universe. And what is the relationship between the Rumman and the mosquito is this. Look how this is very delicate of how the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal. The relationship is one of the scientists discovered that mosquitoes in only percentage, very small percentage, they can be a very good to human being. What is it? By what exactly? The way they see the line of energy inside us. You see when they're flying, they come to bite someone, they see floating lines of energy inside the body, a human body. You see, did you see their eyes, how they see us? The mosquitoes, it's a very small insect, disgusting insect, but their eyes, it has a thermal eyes inside them. If they come to someone, they will see the lines of energy inside you. They see the heat, the most heated part. They see where is the blood is floating inside your body. And then this system inside her, it equal to something called acupuncture energy. Acupuncture energy. Now, for example, you go to Chinese, they use this science. You have, for example, always a bad headache. You go to them, you say, I always have headache. I always take Panadol. That never work with me. What can I do exactly? And many people, they came in before, they said they have, what do you call it, like migraine. I tell them, go to the Chinese, they will do something called hujama. Hujama means they take the blood from inside your body out. They know where exactly the blood is concentrated inside your vein, and they will take it out. And when you do that, immediately all the blood will start floating good to your brain, and then you will start having the good energy back. You see, subhanallah, this one Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam tell us, sometimes taking the blood from the inside your system is good too. And you do it that by, if you translate that by spirituality, this is mean you do istighfar. When you do istighfar, you take the bad things from outside your body, but physically you need to go do it. Do this acupuncture. So those mosquitoes, through them we were able to define where is exactly the line of energy. And sometime Allah Azza wa Jal will send this to you, the mosquito, just to give you the cure. For example, we'll see the weakness inside your veins. She will come up to you, and when she put her probe inside your vein, over there where Allah Azza wa Jal, He needed you for you to be cured. And at that point, but how much percentage? Very low percentage. This is the door. This is the door of ulama ad-din. This is the door of ulama ad-din. Always, they need to work like into this system. Some of the ulama ad-din, they speak always the same thing. For example, they always speak about salat. They always speak about some same thing. For to say, we have people who don't believe in Allah Azza wa Jal. They keep continue speaking about salat and saum, same thing. It's like nothing happening. But you see, some of ulama ad-din, they always watch everything around them, and they always target the weak area. This weak area is what I'm talking about. Is someone can adapt to this, the life of mosquito, and then it can save the life. Same thing like the pilgrimage. When you eat it, we have a narration said, if you eat one pilgrimage in Laylatul Jumu'ah, Allah Azza wa Jal will make the shaitan go away from you 40 days. You will be stronger than someone whispering inside you for 40 nights. It's very good to eat pilgrimage and at the Laylatul Jumu'ah, like the night. It's very good to eat it, and you don't give any piece to anybody. If you, for example, you have a family, you bring 6 or 7, and then if they wanna eat, they can eat from the other one. This is only for you, only Laylatul Jumu'ah. Other Laylatul Jumu'ah, you share it with everyone. But with Laylatul Jumu'ah, it will give you very good barakat. It will give you something against the devilish word. Same thing like the devilish word I'm talking about, the mosquito's word. Why? Because it's taken 98% of the scales. We have only 2% that it's goodness inside it, and we have 98% is very bad for us. So when Allah Azza wa Jal speak about this in the Holy Quran, He's speaking for your own good. That's why He said, "Inna Allah la yastahi." He's not shy. Why? When He's telling you He's not shy, He doesn't mean another way He is shy. No, He's telling you that is a big system. Study this. I put it in the first surah. If someone he's gonna become Muslim, he will go to read Mosquito, and you will ask ulama now, what's he will say, ba'uda wa ma fawqa, yani mosquito, and what's on top of it, above it. You tell them what's above it, they will say it. Ulama, they discover that it has above it microbe. Everything has a microbe on top of it. My skin has a microbe on top of it. It doesn't give you a good solution. You need. The Quran said, وَمَا فَوْقَهَا مِشْ عَلَيْهَا. You see, this is where you start translating the Quran good. But you need to connect it with Riwayat Ahl Bayt Salamullah alayhi. Do you have any question? Any question? Okay. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر والسلام عليكم ورحمة